The illusion of success. People are chasing success like it's running from them. Like it's some wild animal only shows up if you got a fancy title, a college degree, or $1 million smile. But let me break that illusion right now, my friend. Success isn't hiding from you. It's locked behind the steel doors of your own mind. And the key? It's not skill, it's psychology. It's the way you think. It's how you talk to yourself when no one's watching. It's how you respond when life punches you in the mouth. That's what separates legends from spectators. So before we go deeper, hit that like button, subscribe. You're not here for entertainment. You're here to change something. Is this message? Not surface level motivation. It's a mirror, a weapon, and a war cry, all in one. Now listen, imagine a Formula One car with no driver. That's skill without psychology. Fast, powerful, and dangerous. It might win, or it might crash. But now imagine a skilled driver with an unstoppable mind. One who knows when to brake, when to swerve, when to risk it all. That's who dominates the track. You've been told you need more tools. Yeah. What you need is to sharpen the one that controls them all. Your mind. Because the battlefield of success is 80% mindset, only 20% mechanics. And if you don't train your mind like a warrior trains his sword, no amount of talent will save you from self-sabotage. 2, why psychology is greater than skill. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Learning new skills, building your resume, checking all the boxes, and still, you're stuck? That's because skill isn't the real game changer. Please state is your emotional state, your mindset, the fire you bring. Or don't, when things get hard. You're not lacking resources. The news you're lacking state. It's not the market. It's not your background. It's not who you know or what school you went to. It's how you show up. Well, most people play the blame game. The economy sucks. My boss doesn't get it. I wasn't born into the right family. But here's the truth no one tells you. That's the greatest lie modern success culture ever sold. You don't need more stuff to get started. You need more certainty, more intensity, more resourcefulness. You need to flip the switch. Turn on confidence when you have every reason to doubt. Stay focused when chaos is screaming in your face. Picture this. A fighter jet. They run away. Millions of dollars in design. Sleek, deadly, powerful. But the pilot, asleep at the controls. No energy, no mission, no stay. That jet becomes nothing more than a beautiful metal shell. Useless. Xing Chong. Now imagine a warrior. Not the fastest, not the fanciest, but he's awake, alive, burning with purpose, ready to charge through hell. That's who wins. That's what separates the top 1% from everyone else. But others may have more money, more experience, more talent. But if they don't have the fire, they'll fold under pressure. And guess what? You can build that fire. You can train that state. Because your success doesn't begin the day someone gives you a break. It begins the moment you say, I don't need a break, I am the break. Intense. Say it out loud if you have to. I am the break. Feel the shift. Maybe you've asked yourself before, why do I keep falling short? Why do I start strong and crash halfway through? You start with passion, then burnout. You set the goal, then ghost it. You get hyped, then hesitate. And every time, a small part of you dies. A small part of you starts to believe the lie. Maybe I'm not built for this. But let me say this loud, clear, and unshaken. You are. The dream is real. The calling is real. What's broken is not your potential. It's the belief that you need to feel ready before you act. Let's destroy that myth right now. You don't wait to feel confident. You act into confidence. You don't wait to be prepared. You prepare as you move. You don't wait until it's perfect. You build while building. Stop waiting for the day you have enough to begin. That day is a trap. Because even if you have everything, your mind will still find something missing unless you've trained it to lead. Serious. And don't confuse this with hype. This is not motivation. This is psychological warfare. The world is full of people with short skills and soft minds. People with knowledge, but no nerve. And when pressure comes, they fold, they flinch, they freeze. Why? Because their state is weak. They've built comfort, not character. They know how to learn, but never learned how to lead themselves. That's why psychology is 80% of success, because it's your state that decides whether you make the call, whether you finish what you start, whether you walk away from what's toxic, or face what scares the hell out of you. But most people don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they freeze when it's time to do it. And that fear, it feels real. It sounds like logic. Play it safe. Wait a little longer. Be smart, but that voice isn't your wisdom. It's your survival instinct. It protected your ancestors in the jungle, but is poisoning your purpose in the modern world. You don't need more safety. You need more fire. Train yourself to enter the state where fear goes quiet and purpose gets loud. Do this right now. Type in the comments, I control my state. But say it. Declare it. Own it. Let the algorithm hear it. Let your future hear it. Let you hear it. Because this is just the beginning. Free the threshold of control where fear either destroys you or awakens you. Imagine this. Your heart is racing, palms sweaty, mind screaming, this is too much. This is where I stop. That, my friend, is the invisible line. The threshold of control, the battleground where fear either drowns you or you learn to breathe underwater. It's standing at the edge of a cliff, fog below, not knowing what's waiting, freedom or failure. Your legs shake, thoughts spin. One voice whispers, jump. Another shouts, run. That tension inside, that's the fight between who you've been and who you could become. Most people freeze right there. They call it logic, responsibility, being smart, but deep down, they know it's fear winning again. They'll back away 1,000 times in business and love and health, hiding in comfort because it feels safer. But here's the truth. Most people would rather feel safe than alive. They'd rather sit stuck in predictable pain than risk uncertain greatness. That's why mediocrity is crap. The same stories, the same one day I'll try. But one day never comes unless you kick the damn door down yourself. And maybe you've asked yourself, why do I hit a wall the moment I try to level up? Why do I freeze when it's time to be bold? Because your mind thinks discomfort means danger. Growth looks like risk. So alarms ring off the charts when you step outside your comfort zone. But here's what it won't tell you. Staying where you are is the real risk. The longer you stay stuck, the more your mind builds a cage and calls it comfort. Once you believe survival is more important than growth, you stop living, you just wait. Listen closely. Every true warrior, every real success story has faced this threshold and said, I'm going through even if it breaks me. That's the price you pay for greatness. 4, breaking the comfort zone, the true path to breakthrough. You've heard of the comfort zone, right? That safe little bubble where everything feels easy and predictable. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to break through, if you want to reach the next level, you have to burn that zone down. You have to step into discomfort with open arms, knowing that pain, uncertainty, and fear are the fires that forge greatness. Most people don't understand this. They cling to comfort like it's a security blanket, even when it's strangling their potential. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, the sign from the universe. Meanwhile, life keeps moving, and so do the winners. That's what happens when you break free. Your mind expands, your confidence grows, and your resilience becomes unshakable. You learn to thrive in chaos, to dance with fear instead of running from it. This is where real growth lives, on the other side of the burn. But be warned, breaking your comfort zone isn't easy. It's gonna hurt. You'll face resistance from others and from yourself. Your mind will scream to turn back, to play it safe, to settle. That's why most never try. But you're not most people. You're here because you want more. You want to live fully, build something meaningful, and conquer your own limits. So here's your challenge. Take one step today that scares you. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Say it with me. I choose growth over comfort. Let that fire fuel your journey. Because when you break the comfort zone, you don't just survive, you thrive. You become unstoppable. 5. Mastering your inner dialogue, the voice that shapes your reality. Let's talk about the voice inside your head, that constant chatter that either lifts you up or drags you down. Most people never realize how much power their inner dialogue holds. It's not just background noise, it's the script that directs your actions, your beliefs, your entire life. When you say things like, I'm not ready, I'll never be good enough, or success is for others, not me, you're feeding a story that limits you. And that story becomes your truth, unless you choose to rewrite it. Here's the secret, you don't have to believe everything you think. Thoughts are just mental events. Some are helpful, many are harmful. Your job is to become the editor of your mind, to catch the lies and replace them with truths that serve you. Imagine your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are seeds. If you plant doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you nurture confidence, gratitude, and determination, you'll harvest success and resilience. Start paying attention to your self-talk. When fear or doubt creeps in, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this healthful? Then choose a thought that empowers you instead. Remember, every champion was once a beginner who learned to speak kindly and boldly to themselves. Your inner voice is your greatest coach, or your worst enemy. So from this moment forward, commit to mastering your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself like you would to someone you love and believe in, because the way you talk to yourself shapes your reality far more than external circumstances ever will. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I control my story. I am my greatest ally. 6. Taking consistent action, turning mindset into movement. Now that you've built the right mindset and mastered your inner dialogue, the next step is to take consistent action. Because without action, mindset alone won't get you anywhere. It's the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Many people get stuck in preparation mode. They keep learning, planning, and waiting for the perfect moment, but that moment rarely comes. The truth is, action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels more action. Think of it like riding a bike. You don't start by balancing perfectly. You start by pedaling. Every push forward trains your body and mind to keep going, even when it's hard. Action also teaches you what works and what doesn't. It's how you learn, adapt, and grow. The greatest achievers fail fast, learn faster, and keep moving forward with relentless persistence. So here's your challenge. Commit to taking at least one small step today toward your goal. No matter how small, no matter how imperfect. Show up for yourself consistently. Remember, success isn't a giant leap, it's many small steps taken with courage and discipline day after day. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I take action, I move forward no matter what. 7. Embracing failure, the stepping stone to success. Failure is not the enemy, it's a crucial part of your journey. Many people fear failure because they think it defines them or means they're not good enough. But the truth is, failure is simply feedback, a signal showing you what didn't work so you can adjust and improve. Every successful person has failed more times than you can count. What sets them apart is their willingness to keep going despite setbacks. They understand that failure is not the end, but a necessary step toward growth and achievement. When you embrace failure, you remove its power to scare you. Instead, you learn to extract lessons from every mistake and use them to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Remember, it's not about avoiding failure, it's about how quickly you recover and how determined you are to try again. Each failure brings you closer to your goal, as long as you keep moving forward. So next time you face a setback, don't retreat or give up. Lean into it, learn from it, and use it as fuel for your success. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I learn from failure, I grow stronger every day. 8. Cultivating resilience, bouncing back stronger. Resilience is what keeps you going when the world tries to knock you down. It's not about never falling. It's about getting back up every single time, stronger and wiser than before. Life will test you through challenges, setbacks, and unexpected twists. But resilience is the mental and emotional armor that protects you and fuels your comeback. Building resilience means embracing discomfort, facing your fears, and refusing to let failure define your story. It's about developing grit, persistence, and an unshakable belief that you can overcome anything. Remember, resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can develop by choosing to stand tall every time life pushes you down. So, when you hit hard times, remind yourself, this too shall pass, and I will rise even higher. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I am resilient. I rise stronger every time. 9. Mastering focus, the power of single-pointed attention. Focus is the secret weapon that separates the dreamers from the achievers. In a world full of distractions, mastering your ability to concentrate on what truly matters is everything. When you focus deeply, you enter a state where creativity flows, decisions become clearer, and progress accelerates. This single-pointed attention allows you to channel your energy into purposeful action rather than scattered effort. But focus is a skill that must be trained. It requires discipline to block out noise, to say no to distractions, and to commit fully to your goals. Start by setting clear priorities. Break your tasks into manageable chunks and dedicate specific time blocks to them without interruption. Practice mindfulness to bring your attention back whenever it wanders. Remember, the more you cultivate focus, the more you'll achieve, because energy follows attention. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I master my focus. I direct my energy with purpose. 10. The power of belief. How your thoughts shape your reality. Your beliefs are the foundation of everything you do. They shape how you see yourself, your potential, and the world around you. If you believe you can't succeed, you won't even try. But if you believe you're capable of greatness, you'll find a way to make it happen. Belief is not just wishful thinking, it's a powerful force that influences your actions, decisions, and resilience. When you truly believe in yourself, you unlock a source of energy and motivation that keeps you moving forward, even when the path gets tough. Changing limiting beliefs takes awareness and effort. Start by identifying the negative thoughts holding you back. Challenge them and replace them with empowering truths that support your goals. Remember, what you believe about yourself becomes your reality. So choose beliefs that lift you up, fuel your passion, and inspire you to take bold action. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I believe in myself. I create my own reality. 11. Building discipline, the bridge between goals and achievement. Discipline is the daily practice that turns dreams into reality. Talent and motivation can only take you so far, but discipline is what keeps you consistent when the initial excitement fades. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means doing the work day in and day out, regardless of your mood or circumstances. Discipline is what creates habits, and habits shape your future. Building discipline starts with small commitments, setting realistic goals, and sticking to them. Over time, these small wins build momentum and confidence. Remember, discipline is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Every time you choose to stay focused and follow through, you strengthen your willpower and move closer to your dreams. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I build discipline. I follow through every day. 12. Taking responsibility, own your success. Taking full responsibility for your life is one of the most powerful steps you can take towards success. When you stop blaming others, the economy, or circumstances, you take back control. Responsibility means acknowledging that your choices, actions, and mindset shape your results. It's about owning both your successes and your failures, without excuses or victim mentality. By embracing responsibility, you empower yourself to make changes, learn from mistakes, and take proactive steps toward your goals. Remember, the moment you stop blaming and start owning, you become the leader of your life and the architect of your future. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I take full responsibility. I own my success. 13. The importance of patience, trusting the process. Success rarely happens overnight. Patience is the quiet strength that keeps you moving forward when progress seems slow or invisible. It means trusting the process, knowing that every small effort adds up over time. Patience allows you to stay calm, focused, and persistent, even when results don't appear immediately. Remember, the most successful people are those who endure setbacks and delays without losing faith in their goals. Practice patience by setting realistic expectations and celebrating small milestones along the way. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I am patient. I trust the process. 14. Embracing failure, learning and growing stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Embracing failure means seeing it as feedback, not defeat. Every failure teaches you something valuable. It shows what doesn't work and guides you toward what will. The most successful people don't avoid failure. They use it to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. When you stop fearing failure, you open yourself to new possibilities and bold actions. Remember, falling down is inevitable, but staying down is optional. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I embrace failure. I learn and grow stronger. 15. Taking action, the bridge between dreams and reality. Action is the key that turns your dreams into reality. Without action, even the best plans and intentions remain just ideas. Taking action means stepping out of your comfort zone and doing the work required, even when it feels difficult or uncertain. It's about momentum, starting small, building habits, and moving forward every day. Remember, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. The more you act, the more you learn, adjust, and grow. Type this in the comments and say it out loud. I take action now. I create my future.